Hey there, my fellow lunatics, and welcome to Dakon's Madhouse. Alright, y'all. Today we're going over the Hive Mother. She is one of the first optional bosses in the game and can pose a significant challenge for early game players who go in unprepared. Let's get started. The Hive Mother's challenge level is similar to Malagaz, though I personally think she's a bit easier. However, if the fight drags on, she can become a bit challenging. Gear that focuses on offense will help you here. All builds can be effective here, though personally I think that ranged builds do have a bit of advantage, but when in doubt, the iron armor set is always good for ranged, melee, whatever. Weapons that can hit more than one enemy at a time are also very useful in this fight. The battle axe, hunting spear, or crossbow are excellent examples. If you have a full ranger set, then the iron bow becomes even better here. If you're looking for a specific build, I recommend checking out any of my early game build videos. They all work great against the Hive Mother. Now, you don't need to be at 100 for any skill this early in the game, but having at least 35 in your combat skill and at least 40 in vitality will make a huge difference. It's good to raise your fishing skill a little bit as well because you're going to need it for the food. And getting that bonus to your dodge isn't that bad either. Depending on your build, you may have some specific food buffs that differ. However, there are a variety of foods that are good for any build. When it comes to crops, I recommend the following. Heart berries. They provide a bonus to maximum hit points. Bomb peppers will provide a movement speed boost. Marble meat gives you a bonus to raw damage. And larva meat provides a critical hit chance boost. Now don't forget the fish. There are a variety of helpful fish. Most of the fish are more useful for specific things like if you're ranged or if you're melee or if you're magic or summoning. There'll be a lot of specific fish that'll vary based on that. But the gem crabs, those are good for everyone. They'll give you additional armor. As well, the blue cave guppies add magical barrier protection, which is good for everyone. And the most important fish is the green blisterhead. This guy makes you immune to acid damage. The Hive Mother's only attack does acid damage. So with this, you negate a major part of the fight. And this fish is found in acidic water in the clay caverns. If you enjoy these videos, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to stay on top of the latest from my channel. Additionally, if you want to go that extra mile and join as a channel member, you will earn my undying love. I do this channel in my free time, and your support goes a long way to help me someday turn this into a full-time gig. Thank you for your support. Now, let's get back to the video. If you need help locating the Hive Mother, you can purchase a scanner for her exact location off of the ancient hologram pod. This crafting station can be acquired after defeating Malagaz. Otherwise, just search through the clay caverns for a hive dungeon at a distance of about 300 to 350 tiles from the core. When you get to the Hive Mother, she is not aggressive. This lets you clear out the area before the fight. Remove some walls, clear up the ground, and just make sure that everything is easier for you to move around. If you found the waypoint, I would put a bed nearby there for easy access and return. If you haven't found the waypoint, then just place a bed around 30 tiles or so away from the boss's arena. This will let you respawn nearby if you die without the boss resetting. The Hive Mother fight is mostly about crowd control. If you have eaten a green blister fish, you don't have to worry about the Hive Mother's acid attack. She lobs acid like an artillery as long as you're within 15 tiles of her. Her main attack are the cocoons that she spawns. During the start of the fight, she spawns one cocoon at a time. You can damage and destroy the cocoons before they hatch. If you don't, then they spawn a variety of giant and small larvae, as well as acid larvae. These larvae are aggressive and immediately begin attacking the player. At about 60% health or so, she will enrage and she'll start spawning 2 cocoons at a time. If you're using ranged or magic, you can move in a circle around the battlefield, killing hatched larvae and breaking cocoons. Once they're clear, you then focus on the Hive Mother herself. Melee users, well, this is where the battle axe can shine. Its arcing attack is great for clearing out the adds so that you can focus more on the boss. The Hive Mother herself is a bit of a damage sponge, but just keep circling her, keep the cocoons under control, and she'll go down in no time. Let's take a look at the Hive Mother's loot. She's going to have a guaranteed chance to drop the Hive Mother chest every time, because of course, that's what the loot is being held in. Additionally, she's always going to drop some larva meat when you defeat her. Additionally, she has a variety of other items that can drop off of her, including things like various bits of ore, ancient gemstones. She's got the clot ring, which isn't bad, but decent for melee. The grub egg necklace is a pretty decent necklace. If you don't have a battle axe yet, she drops one here. She also drops the larva helm, which is an important piece of early game mining armor, as well as a hand mortar, which personally I'm not a fan of, but I know a lot of people do enjoy the hand mortar. I personally am a big fan of the grubzuka or the burnzuka, which you're going to get around the same time period. The broken handle drops off of her. This is an item that is more useful a little bit later in the game, but isn't a bad melee weapon at this point either. The fang necklace drops off of her as well, as do the hive bone pieces, and the rift lens, which is an amazing offhand item if you haven't gotten it yet, or the hourglass ring, as well as the carapace helm and the carapace breastplate. The carapace pieces are used for explosive gear if you're trying to go a more explosive build. You can purchase a Hive Mother statue off of the Caveling Merchant for 500 ancient coins. Place this statue on the Hive Mother's summoning seal and she will respawn. If you have the Halloween summoning idol, you can place it on the same spot and get the Halloween version of the Hive Mother instead. The Hive Mother fight can be cheesed so that you can safely fight her without any risk of taking damage. You're going to need a shovel and a mining damage score of around 280 or so in order to break down walls at a reasonable pace. First, you'll want to count out the distance from the Hive Mother's spawn point. Once you get 14 tiles out or so, you're going to want to dig a hole. The goal is to dig yourself an island that is 15 to 16 tiles away from the Hive Mother. The larva can break down walls, so you have to ensure that there is a moat separating you from them on all sides. Now, this is my preferred layout. I dig out a ditch in the middle which forces the larva onto each side. There is a gap 1 tile wide surrounding me so that none of the larva can get to me, but if I want to, I can attack them with ranged or with melee. This also leaves a path down the middle that I can shoot my bow and attack the Hive Mother. With this setup, I can shoot and kill the Hive Mother while being completely protected. Her larva cannot reach me, and I'm too far away for her acid attack to reach me either. Incidentally, if you wanted to, you could use this cheese strategy and kill only the larva, leaving the Hive Mother alone, and train all of your combat skills as well as vitality all the way up to 100. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content, and if you are feeling really generous, please join us on Patreon or become a YouTube member. Your support means the world to me, and I can't do it without you. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay crazy.